Hi, in this video we'll have a look at sentence completion questions, which is another type of question that comes in the verbal ability section of an aptitude test. So as the first example says, my grandmother never tried to hide her prejudices. Unfortunately, she was a dash racist. So basically these are fill in the blanks type of questions. So you need to understand the logic behind each question and relate the choices uh, to the blank. So as you can see over here, prejudice means bias, that is taking one particular side. So it says that the grandmother never tried to hide her biases. Uh, but again, it says that unfortunately she was always a dash racist. Now, again, racist is a negative word. It's based on caste or color. So, taking a side as a racist is something that the grandmother did. So, as you can see, the answer that's given over there is blatant. Blatant actually means obvious. Uh, when we look at multiple choice questions, in case you don't know the meaning of blatant, you can relate in a different way, wherein we try to eliminate other choices. As you can see, choice B is bitter. You cannot say that a person can be a bitter racist, because racist itself is a negative word. So how can a person be a bitter racist? You obviously can't be a tolerant racist, as in choice number C. What's tolerism got to do with racism? Similarly, covert means shy. So obviously nobody can be a shy racist. And of course, subtle means soft. Racist being a negative word, you cannot be a soft or downplayed racist as such. So you have to go with choice number A, which is blatant racist, which means obvious racist. Next we go for another example. My physics professor gets off topic very easily. She spent most of today's lesson on a completely unrelated dash about her favorite TV show. So it says it's very evident that the professor got off topic. That means she was not talking in line with the subject that she is taking at the moment. So as you can see in the second sentence also, it says unrelated. So it's not at all related to what she is actually supposed to take. So as the answer says, tangent fits perfectly into the blank, because you can relate a tangent to even maths. You must be aware that a tangent to a circle is something that's totally away from the circle. It's not related to that. So the meaning of tangent as it is given over there in the explanation is an abrupt change of subject that does not pertain to the original topic of discussion. So tangent fits perfectly into the blank. Let's have a look at one more example. I fell off my bicycle and landed on some sharp broken glass. As a result, I now have several dash. So it's pretty evident that this person landed on the ground and probably cut his skin on some broken glass as such. Uh, Now the options have a few words that you may not know, especially since the answer is lacerations. Not sure if you would have heard this word, but uh, it's pretty evident that obviously the other choices, as we can eliminate in terms of analgesics, are medicines. So obviously medicines cannot fit into the blank. If a person falls off a bicycle and lands on glass, obviously he doesn't need a surgery unless it's uh, some kind of a major injury. It's pretty evident that it's just a small injury over here. Obviously contusions and aches also. Ache is something that doesn't relate to any cuts or anything like that. So lacerations fits perfectly into the blank because it actually means cuts on skin. So that's how we end up with the result. Let's have a look at one more question. The governor refused to give the criminal dash. He faces execution tomorrow morning. Now, as you can see in the explanation over there, They say that the answer is D, but then they're talking about the semicolon over there. The second part of the sentence is related to the first part, because semicolon means that he faces execution tomorrow morning is what is mentioned in the second part of the sentence. That means this governor has anyhow decided to go for the execution. So he refused to give the criminal what? What can it be? That's a big question. But it's pretty simple that since he wants to go forward with the execution, he doesn't want to excuse the criminal. He doesn't want to pardon the criminal. So the best choice that fits into the blank over there is a reprieve. That's the meaning. That means pardon. Okay. All others are not related to the sentence as such. Let's have a look at one more. The city remained dash for years after the hurricane's destruction. Efforts to rebuild were largely dash. So it's pretty evident that there was a hurricane that destroyed the city. But then you can understand from what is given over there that even though they tried to rebuild the city many times, they were unsuccessful as such. So the best option over there is E, because it says that the city remained desolate for years. I mean, a state of despair. That's what it means. That means, I mean, good things did not happen in the city as such. I mean, desolate means pretty calm and not happening as such. They tried to rebuild the city. They were largely abortive. That's the second blank that fits over there. Abortive in the sense, even though they tried many times, they had to stop in between. That is an abort. Okay, let's have a look at one more sentence. Until the police were finally able to dash it, the security camera's footage was blurry and inconclusive. They later used the images to dash the criminal. So it's pretty evident that they had some kind of an incident that the criminal did, probably some kind of a crime. So these guys recorded that in security camera. So it's pretty evident that they were not able to see the image properly. So in case such things happen, you might have seen in movies that they enhance the image. They try to make the image clearer in order to identify the criminal. So it's pretty obvious that A is the correct choice. They enhance the image, and then because of the enhancement, they were able to see the image clearly and they were able to identify the criminal. Okay. So these are the types of questions that come in sentence completion. Thanks for watching.